of our tensile testing machines. See the structure of universal tensile testing machines. Opposite threading part is there. This is the lower jaw. That one is upper jaw, and we can get it when the tensile testing specimen in between these two jaws. So this is whether it is visible to all. Hello. For me, there is no problem. It is audible to student, no problem. Okay. So the test piece like this, it is a held between these two jaws. This is movable jaw. Right? So lower jaw, this is movable jaw, and this jaw, this is fixed. Okay. So this jaw, we can move up like this. And by this right side, there is the control panels. So control panels having two valves, we can get it closed in initial positions. So working conditions, we can close this and slowly we can open it so that this ramps movement will take place like this way. And this side, we have one VC. With help of this, we can get one graph. So this graph contains load versus displacement. In vertical axis, you will have to see the load which is applied on this specific vertical axis, and displacement means in the gauge length, whatever the displacement will be there, it will get recorded on the graph. So you will have to see the graph just like stress strain graph. Okay. So this graph after testing, you will have to see that graph on the specimen. The capacity of this universal tensile testing machine is 100 tons capacity is there. And normally in industry, we can use such type of machines for testing materials. Initially, in the industry, you will have to see the any rolling part, just like this part. So you can see in my hand like this job or variety of material you will have to see in industry. So it is not possible to check all the material, but you can take one samples, and after taking sample as per Indian standards, we have to make a specimen like this way. Make the specimen like this. Now, how to design this specimen? This is very important. So I will tell to you how to design this specimen. So let us consider this is around 1 feet. Okay. So initially this piece is like this way. So as per the capacity of machines, you have to select any working loads, maybe 20 tons, 25 tons like this way. So trace or strain, this is equal to force upon cross-sectional area. This formula you might have known. Force which is applied on this specimen. A stand for the cross-section area of this. So area, how to calculate this area? Pi by 4 d square. D is the diameter of this block. Okay. So initially you have to decide this diameter as per this. Okay. Now in my hand this block is let us 12 mm. We will consider 12 mm. So I will take this diameter 10 mm. So pi by 4 into d square. D is our 10. Means 10 into 10 into 5 divided by 4. So we get the cross section. So cross section here, you can take the root of that cross section area. The root of cross section area into 5.65 as per Indian standard. You will get this gauge length. So this is called gauge length, and this diameter is called gauge diameter. So in industry, always you have to follow this basic principle. It will come under the quality controls. I will repeat once again. Initially, you can take material like this black color. Depends upon these diameters. You can select the gauge diameter. So in this, this is 12 mm. So I have selected this is a 10 mm. So with the help of 10 mm diameter, you can calculate the cross section area. Okay. So after calculating this cross section area, you can take the root of that. Root of this cross section area into 5.65. So this is the formula as per the BIS standard. Okay, our British standard is that we can follow this as an Indian standard. So once again, I will repeat: gauge length. This is equal to 5.65 root of A. A means cross section area. So with the help of this, you can decide this gauge length. And after applying the load on this, the elongation will be takes place, and that elongation, how to calculate change in length divided by original length. And tensile strength, how to calculate force upon cross section area. So force here, you will get force in this PC also, but in older days, here it was one clock was not there, and with help of clock you can also get the load. So that load divided by cross section area, that is your tensile strength. But here you will get graph as well as directly tensile strength. So once again I will repeat: tensile strength, that is equal to force upon cross section area. Force means applied load. With help of this, that is the force, and A means area of the cross section area with gauge diameter. So you will get tensile strength. Suppose this load is in kg. Now you have in the machine, it is in kilometer. But always in industry they used to follow kg. You can convert 1 kg, that is equal to 9.8 Newton. Or with help of this, you can convert it into kg. Okay. So applied load is, suppose it is in kg, and after this the elongation will take place, material will get break. Okay. So applied load, that is in kg, divided by cross section area. So this diameter always you have to take in mm. Okay. So here's the kg per mm. That is your tensile strength. You can see in your book also, tensile strength always it has been mentioned in terms of kgm square. Kgm square, why? Applied load is kg and cross section area, the value of the cross section area, it has been calculated in terms of mm square. So kg per mm square, you get the tensile. And elongation, how we can calculate? This is the original length. After breaking, once again you can join this workpiece, you can get the change in length. So original length, change in length divided by your original length, you will get that elongation. At the same time, with the load versus displacement, you will get yield bond, and corresponding strength is yield strength. After that, this component will get fraction. That is your ultimate tensile strength. Okay, and corresponding load, that is the last load, ultimate load. Okay, so ultimate load divided by cross section will get the ultimate strength of this job. So this is the practical related to our metal. Now already we have created the jobs between two jobs. So let us start our this today's practical. Just we can apply the load on the job. Before this, anybody having any doubt related to this, and what is the importance of this type of test in industry? Because without this this test, we cannot know about the strength of this material, and without strength, we cannot design any product, any material, or any assembly part. So strength, this is very, very important. That's why after getting the raw materials from the resource to the industrial premises, there is a need to change the mechanical property by using this type of specimens, which this tensile strength is one of the mechanical property. Elongation, this is the mechanical property. Yield strength, this is the mechanical property. Ultimate tensile strength, this is also mechanical property. Hardness also, this is also mechanical property. So initially we have to change the mechanical property. At the same time, we can go to the chemical composition of this. Nowadays in industry they are using spectro, but before 10 years back they used to go for the calculation by the chemical analysis, how much carbon and etc. But nowadays within few seconds you will get the chemical compositions of any job with help of spectro machines. It is available in normally every MIDC. So wherever the raw material it will come in our industry premises, it is our basic need or it is the responsibility of our mechanical engineer to change that material mechanically and chemically. Okay. And if there is a problem, we can stop their production. Otherwise, the ultimate quality of product it is depends upon the raw material. If raw material having a problem, there is ultimately quality problems will be there. And the industrial customers need because of the quality will get break. There is no revenue, will not get our salary. So this is the very importance of this cancer skin. Okay. So anybody having any doubt, you can ask this. It is a very important when you reach in industry. This is the first step in industry. It is your first responsibility in industry. Anybody having any problem? How to design the gauge length? Anybody can tell me how to design the gauge length?
मी म्यूट केलेलं आहे सगळ्यांना तर चॅट करू शकतो. क्युरी मध्ये येतात, क्युरी मध्ये टाकतील त्यांनी.
Anybody having any questions, you can put on this my WhatsApp or
chat box मध्ये.
Chat box. You can put any question in chat box. Up till now, any question in chat box?
No question. Only related to video quality. Video is coming little blur. Due to network.
Now it is clear.
It is clear.
It is clear.
Here it is showing clear.
Is it necessary to repeat all this explanation? You can ask.
I will check.
Because here, whether you are having any problem, no question. You can ask. Sindhe sir, you can ask anybody having any problem, because this is very, very important test in industry. After this, directly you can go in industrial test, then you will get the job. This is the initial stage in industry. Okay, shall we start?
Yes.
Okay, no question. If question is there, you can ask to me anytime. So let us start. We can apply the load on the lower jaw. Okay, and you can see this machine at the same time here. You will get one graph. Vertical axis load will be there. Horizontal axis displacement will be there. So your graph is just like your stress strain graph. Yield point is there. Lower and upper yield points. After this, ultimate tensile strength, and after that fracture strength will be there. At the fractures, the crack, this your job will get break. Capacity of this machine is 100 tons. Questions may get in your external oral. I will see in the UTM machine what is the capacity of this machine. The capacity of this machine is 110. What is the name of this machine? Computerized universal testing machines. Okay. Here it is written 1000 kilonewton. If you convert, it will get 100 tons. Name of the company Crystal is there. This company it is in Ichalkarji near to Kolhapur. Crystals. Computerized universal tensile testing machine. Why the name is given universal? why the name is given universal? We can test any. We can test the tensile. We can measure the elongation. We can measure the fracture strength, and at the same time, we can measure the compression strength, compression. At the same time, we can measure the bending test. Here we can put the jobs and apply loads. You will get bending strength. So bending strength, compressive strength, tensile strength, elongations. So this much property you will get to this machine. So that's why the name is given universal tensile testing machine. Any problem?
ते झूम करून दाखवतो की ते चालू केलं नाही म्हणून थांबलं. चालू केलं का ते?
Before 5 years back, we tested here pictures are there, and in that one was broken and inserted in this place. Now that place is there, broken. It is very dangerous. So always you have to keep away from this because it will get break immediately. Overall. And we are getting consultant service. This is the we are getting from PW. Work is we are getting around 600 rupees. So once again, I said 600 rupees for one. If you test like this, you get 600. We have got from PW or any TAM or any building thing, you get such type of thing.
तिकडे दिसतेत मला. क्वेश्चन आहेत का बघा? मी टाकलेले क्वेश्चन टाक
डिस्कनेक्ट झालं. नाव कुठल्या
software. Some this sir explanation they have got no previous explanation. It is audible no. बस तुमचं डोकं वाढते. थोडं so our calculated gauge length is 150 mm. Gauge diameter is 10 mm. Gauge diameter 10 mm. Gauge length 150 mm. So let us see now on the machine will going to start. After braking you will get sound. At the same time the graph will be here. You can see here the graph is there. So a vertical axis load is there, vertical axis load, and this is the displacement. The graph will get developed. So like this graph, this is the load, applying the load, and this is the displacement. The graph will get developed just like a stress strain curve. At the end you will get the curve just like stress strain. Okay, send this. Okay. Open करू द्या. Close करायला. After braking, you go this side. You go this side. You can keep yourself away from these machines because it will get break. Material. So whatever material we have selected, that is the mild steel, low carbon steel. Whatever material we have selected for this specimen, that is the low carbon steel. It is also called mild steel. I think you might have got the machine sound. machine is in a running condition. At the same time, at the right side, now it is broken. You can see here. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Yes. Hmm. Hmm. Right. You have- There is a- जादू से जाओ. हळूच चढा बरं. थोडंच हा तिकडं खालचं निघणार नाही. वर 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 हा. खाली गे का पूर्ण खाली उतरा. तुम्ही खाली हा तसंच येते खाली. हा. Okay. Shall I start? Okay, okay. Now you can see this is the broken steel. So here it has been broken, and this is the last diameter around 7 mm. Last diameter. This is the broken steel. So around 51 kilonewton it has been broken. So you can go in this graph. So this is the displacement around 51, and here this graph it is broken here. Correct. So 51 kilonewton. 51 kilonewton. So you can calculate tensile strength 51 kilonewton divided by pi by 4 d square. D square diameter, this diameter is 10. Okay, pi by 4, 10 into 10, and force is 51 kilonewton. So 51 kilonewton you can convert into kg. 1 kg that is equal to 9.8 newton. Converts that you will get the tensile strength. So that is the ultimate answer for this specimen. Okay. So this is about the tensile strength, how to test. Okay. So how to calculate tensile strength? Audible, no? Audible, no? Video is not there. Now it is visible, no? Okay. So once again explain. So now this workpiece is broken and reduction diameter is 7 mm. So change in length divided by original length related to gauge length. So might have increased this length, might have increased length this much. Okay. So change in length divided by original length into 100, you will get your elongation. And tensile strength, force upon cross section area, force here in this computers you will get 51 kilonewton divided by A. A is the cross section area of this, you will get tensile strength. So this, from this graph also you will get the information. Without graph also you will calculate this mechanical property. How? Once again I will repeat. Initially workpiece is like this way. You have to decide the gauge length and gauge diameter as per Indian standard. So if you selected a gauge diameter is 10, so 10 with help of 10 diameter you can calculate the cross section area of that, and root of that cross section area into 5.65 you will get the gauge length. So this is the original gauge length. After breaking you will get one more gauge length, increasing length. So change in length divided by original length into hundreds, you will get percentage elongation. Okay. And from this graph, you will get yield point, corresponding load, that is yield load. So yield load divided by cross section area of this component, you will get yield strength. After that, you can go to the ultimate tensile strength. Corresponding load in the graph, you have to see that load, you have to get force divided by area. That load divided by area, you will get ultimate strength. Okay. So from this graph also, you will get one yield load, fracture load. Yield load, you can calculate yield strength, and fracture load, you can calculate fracture strength. Ultimate load, you can calculate ultimate strength. Yield point also from graph you will get. Elongation also you will get from the graph. So this much property you will get from this machine. So this is about the tensile strength. So design of the specimen and testing of the specimen, and you have to get the elongation, yield point, yield strength, ultimate strength, fracture strength. These are the property, and you can compare this property with Indian standards. For example, this is the mild steel or low carbon steel. What is actually tensile strength? It is given in Indian standard book. Okay. In that book, suppose tensile strength is 55 kgm square. So if this material is same material, your tensile strength must be minimum 55. What is actually specified in Indian standard book? Minimum. Above that, it is allowed. But if it is below that, you can reject that material. So accept the raw material or reject the raw material in industry This is the responsibility of you engineers. Okay. If you accept the wrong material, if you are not knowing this case and if you accepted the wrong material, ultimate quality of product will remain wrong and that product will get supplied to the customers. If the quality is not there, you will not get more customers, revenue will not be there, company will come to in closing position. So this is the importance of this test, correct? So today we have completed tensile strength. Now let us we go to our Charpy and impact test. Okay, so we'll go to that side, Charpy and impact test. So let us see first over here some write-up parts related to IZOD impact and Charpy test. Here IZOD impact, maximum impact energy of pendulums is 168 joules. This is the inertia absorbed by the component. Angle of pendulums, that is 90 degree. Striking velocity of pendulums, this is the velocity it is given. And Charpy test, you can follow this. So initially we can go to Charpy test. Charpy test, the angle of pendulum is 141.8. Job put vertical job, vertical. Cantilever है क्या? Cantilever है क्या? हे लूज करता है चलता है हाँ नहीं का horizontal will take horizontal okay so let us we consider impact. You can make 90 degree. Grinder है क्या? Grinder कमी करू ना इथं है का grinder? Workshop ला जायला का? इथे 10 बाय 10 only one look. Okay, here's the impact. IZOD impact test is there and Charpy impact test is there. So in front of me, this is the machine. Okay, and here is one scale is there. 1 division 2 joules is there, and here Charpy test 1 division 2 joules there. So here inner and outer 2 cases are there. This is related to IZODs and this is related to Charpy. Now here is the actually the pendulum is there. So here it is pendulum. So here we can see here this is the actually pendulum. Okay, so height of pendulum in case of IZOD you can make 90 degree, means like this way, height of this pendulum. And in case of Charpy test we can make 141.8. Charpy make it in this horizontal position, and in case of IZOD we can make in vertical position. Okay, so here we have kept one job. It is in horizontal position. See that this is the job. Notch is there, which is designed as per Indian standard specimens. So we are going to conduct here Charpy test. So here I will put in the horizontal position in the jaw, opposite to the striking of the pendulums. and angle is 141. Yeah, 140. Angle is 141. So here this is Sharpie outer scale. It is in zero meter. So this angle is 141.8. Picture like है. Huh? Does it? Maybe. Okay. Now this angle is 141.8. So after striking, you will get the energy absorbed by a job, that is in joules. Okay, sir. Reading. So this is the reading. Stop. 110. Bro. 200. Initial 200 and 300. 200. One division 2 joules. 1, 2, 3. 203. 203 joules. So this is the specimen, broken specimen. So energy absorbed by this specimen 203. Initially here it is 300. After this it has crossed to 100. 1, 2, 3 divisions are there. So this 300 minus 100, 203 joules energy absorbed by this specimen. This is called Sharpie test. So you can remember this maximum pendulum angle and speed is there. Okay, maximum impact energy of pendulum is 300 joules. It is given in the scale of this. So this is a 203 joules energy absorbed by this specimen. To check the damping capacity in assembly of any component, there is a need of this type of test. Impact shock absorbing capacity, just like our spinning steel, or the impact loading, just like forging dies, press tooling dies are there, bending dies are there. Whenever a tool steel material is there and impact loading is there, this type of test always it has been carried out. Forging dies material absorbing more energy. It is expected to absorb the energy. So how much energy that forging dies will absorb? It is initially decided the sample piece of the selected forging die material. Normally forging die material is a hard die steel. Normally 21, H21 is there. So you can take certain samples and check how much energy that materials will get absorbed. If that material will capable to absorb that much energy, then we can select these materials for making forging die or any other impact loaded dies. Press tooling dies also high carbon, high chromium materials. It has been also tested how much energy that high carbon, high chromium materials will get absorbed. So this is also a need to detect at the initial stage. If this criteria will not follow, then in between, in the case of production, a die will get break and huge loss of manufacturing of the die, heat treatment of the die, ultimately production will get stuck up. So in order to avoid the basic problems in the impact loading manufacturing in industry, there is a need to check this type of impact testing, Sharpie or IZOD impact test. So now we have tested this Sharpie test. Now we go to the IZOD impact test. So little bit difference between IZOD and Sharpie test. cantilever. Okay. In this case, you will get the cantilevers, and in this way, you will get simply supported. So you have to check in the simply supported stage as well as cantilever stage how much energy that job will absorb. Okay. And according to that, you have to decide we can select this material for any type of impact loaded component. Impact loaded component, which are the impact loading component in industry, forging die. You can see in Bharat Forge, while doing the forging, around 3 kilometer sound is coming. That means impact loading is there. Impact loading means energy, it will get transferred in that die, and the die will capable to absorb that energy without breaking. Correct? Without breaking that energy. So initial stage of that die material we can test here. Now whatever the reading you will get, this reading you can see in design data book. If this reading is similar to that reading, minimum, no problem. But below the limit specified in Indian standard, we can reject. So now today we have got 203 for mild steel. And if Indian standard has specified 200, okay, we'll accept this component because we have got 3 division more. But if this pointer is below the 200, whatever the Indian standard has specified in the book, design data book is there. In this design data book, this energy is already specified. Mild steel this much, low carbon this much, medium carbon this, high carbon this much. So you can check this reading with reading in the book. Book value, definitely that is SAP value. You can go above the SAP value, should not go below the SAP value. So this everywhere such things will be there. Related to tensile, related to impact, related to hardness, related to compression strength, related to elongation, everything it is given. If you go in our central library, design data book is there. First 2-3 pages related to the material. In that, Indian standard material is there, C45, elongation, yield, tensile, hardness, it is given. So if your material is C45, whatever reading specified in design data, that is the minimum reading. Above this, you can go, but below this, you can reject that component. Even though sometimes if you are not going to reject that component below that reading is there, ultimately product, if you manufacture maybe your crankshaft, connecting rod, or any vehicle part, machine part, after some period it will get fail. And that fail, that means it is no use of that component. And early failing means bad publicity of your component. You will not get the revenue from this. Okay, so this is about our importance of the mechanical property. In industry, this is your first responsibility as engineer to check the raw material. What it contains in the raw material. First of all, suppose you have demanded E-net material as per British standard. So what it contains in E-net material? Medium carbon steel is there, magnesium is there, silicon is there, or any other material is there. That you have to check. And if that carbon, manganese, sulfur, phosphorus, it is correct as per Indian standard, then okay, whatever material we have demanded ENN material, that is correct. If that value, tested value, if it is below, we can reject. Before 10 years back, they used to conduct chemical analysis, but nowadays petro is there. Japanese standard machines are available in industry. Within few minutes, you will get how much carbon, how much manganese, how much sulfur it contains. Immediately you will get within few minutes. Few minutes means maximum 1 minute you will get all this. And you can compare that reading with the design data book. If it is okay, no problem. Then you can go for mechanical testing. Mechanical testing, you can check the tensile, yield, elongation, ISO, hardness, BHNS, HR, weaker, all this hardness we can test all this. If all are okay as per that Indian standard, okay, then we can allow this material for further production. Means maybe forging, maybe extrusion, maybe rolling, maybe press tooling. If without checking, if you allowed, you may be in the problem. Is it correct? So initial stage in industry or initial responsibility of you people in industry to check the raw material, chemical and mechanical properties. Other than dimension, what are the dimensions? Suppose I want to make one shaft having diameter 50. Okay, I demanded material 60 diameter. So our requirement is 50 and we have demanded 60. After machining, you will get 50 diameter, finished diameter. But sometimes the materials will get around 48 diameter also, because in truck you are getting a lot of the billets or rolling parts are there. In that somebody will get mix also, 48 diameter also. So you can also check the dimensional also. So you can dimensionally, that is not that much important, because low skill worker we can will check that, or we can use the gauging system also. No go system also we can use. So physically you can check and you can get it checked from the unskilled worker also. But as an engineer, your role is there chemically and mechanically. Anyhow, you have to check any material. If you get fail in checking this, last product will get fail, and for that failing you are responsible. Vertical put. Okay. Varna Maharaja. जरा प्रेस करून बघा. प्रेस करून बघा. ओके. Okay. So now this is our ISO impact test. 90 degrees. This pendulum you can put at 90 degrees and get it strike. The material will get an inside part. This is the reading. 168 initial line. Okay. Reading. Bend झालं. Okay. Okay, no problem. From this point you will get certain reading here, and that reading is our reading got through the ISO impact test, similar to CHARPY test. Okay. So one thing here you might have observed, there is a need to prepare the specific specimens as per the fixture requirement in the machine. Otherwise, problems will be there. We have got successfully this test, but in our ISO impact test, little bit problems we have seen. So tomorrow we will send one video related to this by changing this specimen. So we'll make the video tomorrow and send to our WhatsApp group. But ISO impact test, it is normally vertical, and CHARPY, that is horizontal. CHARPY, this pendulum angle is 141.8 degree. Strike rate is there, and energy you will get from the outside scale. ISO impact vertical specimen, angle of pendulum 90, and the energy it will get from the inside scale. So ultimately, in both case, energy, this is important. But why horizontal and vertical? Horizontal means energy absorbed in the simply supported position, and in vertical position, energy absorbed in the cantilever position. Otherwise, there is no that much difference. Okay. And why there is a need to conduct this experiment? Every operation in industry, just like forging, impact loading is there, rolling. Whenever impact loading operation is there, related die capacity of absorbing energy in the raw material condition, as per the Indian standard, it has been tested. Okay. And after heat treatment, normally it will get increased, but initially you have to get it checked. So in short, in the this mechanical property, tensile and isode impact, main things to check the mechanical property of the raw materials, and then we can allow this material for further production. Chemical and mechanical you can test initially, and then you can allow this material for further production, maybe forging production, maybe your extrusion production, maybe welding production, press tooling, machining. Okay. Without testing, you cannot allow any material for further production. So this is the core concept related to this. How to check the hardness of this? Next, our practical we will going to check with the help of a Rockwell testing machine. So you can see here we have one Rockwell testing machine. That's it, sir. So here we have one Rockwell testing machine. So next practicals we're going to see how to check the hardness, types of hardness. But now why we are not conducting, we have not covered the syllabus related to this. So that's why once our theoretical parts will get over, then we'll come to the practical of hardness testing. Here, so we can check the Rockwell hardness, Brinell's and Weaker hardness. 3 types of hardness are there. Nowadays in industry, micro hardness is there. So in next practical, so we're going to check what is the hardness, why there is a need of the hardness, which are the machines available for hardness testing, and what is the importance of hardness testers for any material. Because tensile strength is ultimately depends upon the hardness, but very high hardness, that material will become brittle. Optimum hardness, you will get optimum tensile and good product. Okay. Now on this table also you can see we have got the lot of material from the various department of government to test the mechanical property of this torque steel. The name of this steel, it is called torque steel. Okay, torque steel is there, torque steel. So we can test here tensile, yield, elongation, isode, impact, and hardness also. So one piece we are getting certain consultancy. You can start your own business also with the help of this machine also. It is also possible in industry. Okay. So thank you. We will conclude today's sessions. If anybody having any questions, you can ask me, or you can put message to me on my WhatsApp. But don't keep any doubt in your mind. Okay. So thank you. Shall we stop here? Okay. Thank you. हे कोण आहे सर? काय म्हणला? पोटॅशियम एनर्जी कायनेटिक एनर्जी मध्ये कन्वर्ट करतात.